What's up everyone, and welcome to today's video. So it's another week in the crypto markets, and we have yet again another crypto protocol that has decided to fail on us and crash the market. So today I want to talk about Celsius and the current events that have been going on around this project and explain a little bit what's happened. For you guys that haven't had the chance to watch any videos or read any articles on this subject as of yet. So we'll just go into a little bit about what Celsius is and what it does and what went wrong basically. So Celsius is basically like an online crypto bank. Now since the beginning, since their creation, they've always talked about they wanted to create something better than the current banking system, because I'm sure, as we all know, a bank works by you deposit money into the bank, they then lend that money out, they gain interest on those loans, and then the bank keeps some of it, and they also then give you a small part of it as well. But we all obviously know that the banks abuse this system. They keep large portions of themselves, and they pay us very, very small interest on the money that we hold in the bank. So this is where Celsius comes in, and they wanted to create a system that kind of works the other way around. So it pays the users most of the interest, and then Celsius just take a small portion for themselves. It's a protocol that's been around for a couple of years. I personally never used it, but I do know people that have and worked very well. I would say one thing to take into consideration, since it came out a couple of years ago, the market has only ever been, either a ranging market back in 2020, since the crypto crash, and then obviously we had the big bull run in 2021. So this bear market that we've seen since the back end of last year, this is the first time that protocols like this have had to go through like a really, really difficult times in the market. And as we're seeing now, unfortunately, some of these weaknesses in these protocols are starting to get exposed. So let's just go over in a little bit more detail. This is the Celsius website. And it's just an example of how it works, right? So you have an amount of money that you want to deposit into it in stablecoin, for example, USDC, and then it will pay you out an interest rate there. So say you put $100 in USDC, it will pay you out a 12% interest rate, and then you can choose them at a loan time. Say you want to keep your money in for 6 months, I think that'll go down a little bit. Oh, it's stage 12. You want to put your money in a little bit longer, then obviously when you change all this around, it'll probably change the interest rates as well. That's pretty much how it works. So 12% is much, much, much higher than it would be if you had US dollars sat in an American bank, for example. And that's why these protocols are so popular, and obviously they promote themselves as being military grade security, next level transparency and stuff like that. So as it says there, 1.7 million people have been trusting in their money for a long time now. Now, what actually happened the other day is Celsius had to suspend their withdrawals. Now, that came about because we've been in a bear market now for a long time. It's been since the back end of last year. It's way over 6 months. And during this time, a lot of people are leaving the crypto world, right? A lot of people are kind of getting fed up. They want to take the funds out because they don't feel secure or whatever. And the amount of just money, the amount of TVL in crypto in general has gone down from, I think, like 3 trillion at the all-time high to now less than 1 trillion. So there's less than a third of the money left in crypto now than there was at the back end of last year. And all protocols have been feeling that. So lots of people have been withdrawing the funds from a lot of protocols. And the same thing's been happening with Celsius, basically. A lot of people just wanting to get the money off these kind of platforms and just get the money out of crypto in general. Now, Celsius has a lot of things involved in their protocol to be able to help cover these costs and pay the withdrawals. And one of these is the Celsius token here. Now they use this token to back up their protocol, basically to help with withdrawals and stuff like that. As you can see, if we move the time period onto a larger time scale, you can just see that, especially since the back end of last year, when November, when the market started crashing, you can just see it's gone up from like almost $6 and all the way down now progressively through this market crash and bear market. It's gone on to it was way, way under $1. And now the problem is with this is the Celsius token becoming much less valuable. It's much more difficult for then Celsius to then cover these withdrawal costs, especially as this token price is going down and down and down, and the overall crypto market has been crashing, further and further and further. And these guys have got less collateral left to be paying these withdrawals, but then also more withdrawals coming at the same time because more people wanting to be in the crypto space. And so basically what happened is these guys started having to take loans out. They were taking loans out in Bitcoin and Ethereum in order to be able to cover these costs. And obviously people, through Twitter or whatever, word started getting spreading around about these loans that Celsius were taking out in order to cover these costs. And then it started causing a chain reaction for more people to get scared about having the money in Celsius and then withdrawing the money as well. And it just started to spiral, have that snowball effect into a point where Celsius just didn't have the capital anymore to keep up with these withdrawals. And as of, I think, late on the 12th of June, they decided to suspend and withdraw their withdrawals. And obviously that then had a huge impact on Celsius. This was, I think, the moment that it happened. You can see it dropped over 50% in price. But not only that, the fact that basically an online crypto bank has suspended its withdrawals, essentially doing what a bank does when Celsius is supposed to be there to be an alternative to a bank and a better option. This had the same effect on the overall market that Terra and Luna did, ended up crushing the whole crypto market as well. As you can see, if we go over here onto the Bitcoin chart, you can see ever since this happened, the market was already dropping anyway, but I think this was about the time here on the 12th of June that we saw a huge drop. The Bitcoin went all the way down to the 20k level, so even dropped a little bit further than the 2018 all-time high, which is pretty crazy. Now, moving forward, what does that mean? Does that mean this is the end for Celsius? I mean, I've seen a lot of people speculating, but I guess no one can really say for sure. A lot of people seem confident. Well, I guess I'll say some people seem confident that Celsius do have enough funds locked up in Bitcoin and Ethereum and in other protocols that they will be able to cover people's withdrawals. However, whether Celsius will be able to survive as a company and won't go bankrupt, don't really know about that. And then that could actually be a bad thing for the overall crypto market. Now, as we know with Luna and Terra, basically what happened was Duck One, he bought a huge amount of Bitcoin to back his protocol at a very high price. It was around about $40,000 US dollars, I think, per Bitcoin. And a lot of short sellers, a lot of whales and short sellers, people like to manipulate the market, knew about this. And, that's what happens in crypto. It's a cruel world, and people took advantage of that situation, and they knew that if they heavily sold Bitcoin, they could bankrupt Terra and Luna and cause a situation what happened and be able to make a lot of money off it, which a lot of people did. And I see now a lot of these, big whales, short sellers, manipulators. I've also seen an opportunity here in Celsius because I'm pretty sure the liquidation price for Celsius, their Bitcoin, is around about 18,000 US dollars. And obviously we dropped really close to that to just over 20,000 every day. Now, what Celsius did to kind of combat that is they dollar cost averaged a little bit with their Bitcoin. So they brought their liquidation price down to around, I think, 16,000 now. So as of right now, they wouldn't be bankrupt, but going forward into the future, we just don't know how the market is going to be manipulated in order to, we just don't know really what the future has in store for Celsius at the moment. I just hope for everybody that had money involved that they will be able to let anybody withdraw the funds once the withdrawals restart. But then on the actual future of Celsius, I really don't know about that, and then obviously that could be something not very good for the old crypto market if then Celsius are then basically forced to sell their Bitcoin on the market, which obviously dropped the price of Bitcoin a lot. These big short seller whales who manipulate the market will earn a lot of money from shorting the market, and when Bitcoin drops to way below 20k, and then they'll be able to buy the bottom and then make money on the way back up as well. But that's just unfortunately how the crypto markets work. And I think it's just another lesson to people at the moment, especially being in a bear market as well. And I know it's quite tempting to people because we know that at the moment in this bear market there's not really so many opportunities, there's not really many new protocols or anything that's performing well at the moment. Prices are just going down everywhere. So it's kind of tempting right now to keep all your money in stable coins and then obviously try and earn some yield on those stable coins. so that you can at least earn some money during a bear market. I myself I'm using that same method, and I do have my stable coins, in various projects. But I think it's just a lesson to all of us, really, that to know that, even the protocols that are considered the safest ones, your money isn't safe on these protocols, and sometimes it's just better to stick your funds in a cold wallet, hodl, and just wait until things get better. And so I hope any of you guys wasn't affected by this recent controversy. And so if any of you guys liked and enjoyed this video, you want to hear more content like this or some different videos on airdrops or upcoming projects and stuff like that, please subscribe to the channel. And also I do have a Discord community, so if you want to look into the description of this video, you'll find a link to that there as well. And okay guys, so thanks for listening, and as always, until next time, bye.